All right, guys. This is the Toothless Chaps. We got Knight on here with us as the other host, and then we're gonna have Zarbie on, our specialist with a lot of computer work and details on video games and stuff like that. Can't wait for her to tell us all the good news. And here we go. All right, how's it going, everybody?
Yo, what up?
Good.
What's
Sorry about that.
good? Merry Christmas!
Had to move around, warm up the body. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it's a little toast. I mean, it's a little toasty when you get a
Toasty
couple
for
of
you.
blankos on there. Yeah.
Look at you. You got no sleeveless shirt on. I got like.
Hey,
I got everything
gotta-
on. I'm ready to go outside right
I
now.
gotta sport in the Deathly Hallows and Harry Potter. Come on.
Wish I could.
What are
pretty
you
hot.
doing with the dance? Well,
I'm
you at
literally
least
trying to
have.
warm up. I'm not even joking. I can't feel my feet right now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hey.
Pop some squats or
Look.
something.
Zarbie's the only one here with the Christmas tree and the festiveness. Come on.
Messed up. You know what?
What?
I like being under the mistletoe though. That means anybody can kiss me.
Okay.
Sorry.
Mmm.
Sorry.
Well, anyways, let's introduce. So we got Knight. He is here, like I was telling you last week. I told you he'd come back. He is here. He just had to take some rest, and he's in. He's in.
still tired. I just
That's
woke
okay. He's always he's always tired.
You can tell I just woke up.
Anyways, we have Zarbie on this week. This is Zarbie Star. She is a graphics designer. She'll be able to tell you a little bit more about it and what she does. She can't really say specific things, so we're just gonna on that. But anyways, yeah, Zarbie, tell us a couple things about yourself.
Well, hello. My name is Zarbie Star. Well, I go by Zarbie, but I stream under Zarbie Star. I'm 5'1", because like that's a really important information.
Oh, well, I
She's.
wasn't
she's
gonna talk to you
elf height.
until you actually said that. So yeah.
Well, no.
Ooh.
Elves are shorter, right?
Well, I was gonna say, should we get her a small hammer for that?
I
You know
wish
what I
she
mean?
had the green hat. They would have like
I don't.
did the whole ensemble. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Oh
have it.
yeah.
I
But
don't
go
have
ahead.
any green hat.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm a 3D artist. I do 3D art for but I'm mostly an environment artist. I work with 2ds Max, Substance, and I spend my day in Unreal Engine making games for rides. So yeah.
That's
Cool.
pretty hot. That's pretty hot. I do that too sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get paid. And when I do it, I've never done it. I'm just kidding.
Okay,
Come on, I was gonna say, just because
gonna let
you-
you go with it.
you downloaded Unreal Engine and played a couple of the test stuff.
I took other people's projects
And
and
played
messed
them.
around with it. Yes.
Yes,
Yes, I did. You know.
Hmm.
So other than that, that's all I did.
That's all you did.
But you do everything from scratch, right?
Yeah.
I mean, mostly. I mean, I used to just do 3D. So, I like, let's say they need me to, I don't know, make a table. Well, I'll make a table. That's what I
Mm.
used to do mostly. But throughout the years, with like people like coming and going, my role has became more important. I've had to wear many hats. So at this point, I can pretty much start a scene from zero. I can do a little lighting. I'm not the greatest at lighting. Lighting is really hard. Animation, forget it. I'm not touching that.
Everyone's gonna have a weakness, and everyone's gonna have a
Yeah.
greatness
I'm
to them
just
on there.
generally good at everything, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, you're me.
Oh yeah, you know, he has proof.
You're really good at getting on my nerve. I'll give you that.
He has
That's what
proof.
I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
Oh yeah, well
Uh.
that's that's pretty hot. But anyways, yeah. So are there anything like how was it when you were going to school to kind of learn that stuff? Was it a little hard, or were you like enjoying it, or what?
Well, I'd say I didn't think I'd get that far school-wise. I was not the greatest at school
Mm.
from the beginning. Like, like I read a lot as a kid, no problem. Could read a book in a second, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Writing, terrible because I'm French Canadian, so French,
What?
terrible fucking language to write in. So many
Mm-hmm.
rules. English was 10 times easier to deal with. But
You know
yeah,
what I still wonder to this day,
what?
and I don't know. I guess I could just look it up, but like even when you type in a different language, how it has like the little squiggly lines above the like the fucking letters and shit.
Huh?
Is there something special you have to do that, or does it do it automatically if your computer is set to that language?
No, you have to do it. You
Oh my
have to
god,
like
I
Oh
would
hold
my
die.
like
goodness.
shift
Wow.
and like click a certain and the funny part is like because I'm mostly like interacting with my computer in English, I always struggle. Oh,
There it
is
Did
she
goes.
it
back?
ding 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 ding?
She's back.
It
She's back. That's
it ding
okay.
ding, I'm back.
Small
Um
glitches, fine. We
yeah,
good.
that happens sometimes. But yeah, I lost my train of thoughts. Yeah, you have to like fucking click on multiple buttons to get the little accents on the letter, and sometimes I even forget how to get to them. So I go on Google and write like the uh, accent aigu, and then
Yeah.
I'll copy paste the thing.
What's it called?
Well,
The
it's
accent des goûts?
accent aigu, yeah, is one of them, and
Hmm.
then there's
That
accent grave,
sounds kind of hot actually.
which is another one. There's circonflexe,
Yeah.
which is another one.
Oh my. What?
But
So the
yeah,
Sickon Flex, is that what you said?
circonflexe, yes.
Sickle Flex.
That's a little hat, like a little pointy hat.
Oh,
That
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
circonflexe, yeah.
Sickon Flex.
Now back to the texture stuff. Did you before school
Yeah.
have you dabbled in any of that stuff before that?
Not out of school. I mean, I've been a gamer since I was a kid. I basically got like my first computer at 7. Playing like it was an MMO called Dark Age of Camelot. My dad basically
Hmm.
got me a computer so I would heal him. He was like, "You follow me around, and when that bar goes down, you click that button." And that's what I did for a while until I was like, I'd like to destroy some people too. So I made a paladin, and I've been mostly playing paladin since then.
So it's been that was kind of one of your like was that first full on video game on the
Yep,
computer kind of thing? Ooh,
yep. And
that's cool.
when growing up, I was like, I'm gonna need a job, and I'd like to wake up in the morning, and not hate myself every day. So I need a job that's kind of like fun to do ish.
It's kind of hard to
And me
find.
not being good at school, I was like, forget it, being a veterinarian and veterinarian or something like that. You're too
Veterinarian.
dull for that. You're too dull for that. You need to be good at math. That's not my shit. Singer. I mean, I like singing, but I'm not that great. Was not blessed with classes to perfect that, so I was like, I'm gonna stay a shower singer. So I was like, oh, maybe something with computer.
Shower singer, I love it.
Shower singing.
Shower singer.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I went to Cégep
All right.
in a program that was like because here we have like Cégep and then university. So it's like
Okay.
an in between from high school to university. So I went to Cégep in a program that was multimedia integration, and it's in that program that I had one class of 3D in 4 years. And I
Hmm.
was like, oh, I want to do 3D, but now I'm kind of stuck doing that program and I have to finish it to even access to university. So yeah, I went through classes for video editing, sound
Hmm.
editing, Photoshop, web programming, action script programming, a lot of things
Do you
that
still remember that all or no?
uh, I mean, I could probably like I could probably like get back to it if I really needed to. Like
Yeah.
the the
Yeah, yeah.
the principle is always in your brain. It's kind of like how you know how to ride a bike. You just need to get back into it. The thing is like I would have probably to like look at a lot of documentation
Mm-hmm.
because there are things that like evolve all the time, technology like that. So like probably the way I program years ago was different. And
What
I
a,
was not a great programmer.
what about? All right, so if you had to go back to it, what was the go-to song in the shower that you had to start singing?
I don't know. That really depends. Like I literally just like put my phone like out of the shower and I just like play random music. I mean, I've dabbled in a lot of Marco BA, and
Mark
which
Ribier. All right.
he's in my
So do
opinion
you
he's
just
kind
sing
of a
about
genius.
flamingos in the shower?
Yeah.
Flamingos in a shower.
I be in my shower.
Taking a bath.
I have no shame that my neighbor probably
Sopping.
hears me while he's shitting on his toilet on the top
Mm.
floor. And I'm talking about, like
Do you hear that
leaving your
actually?
grandmother.
Like, do you hear the stuff drop into the toilet from your
No,
neighbor?
no. The
I
only
know you
thing
can
I'll
Damn.
probably hear it
hear,
flush.
yeah, I hear like because the pipes really, in fact, that there's like a closet in the back. That's where the pipes go through, and like when they flush, I hear like the, you
Do
know.
you
But
Oh my god.
have you ever heard them screaming in pain while they're trying to take a shit?
no, no, it's really silent. My old apartment, oh my god, like someone would sneeze and you can tell them bless you.
That's where you go, bless you.
I would
Literally.
definitely be the one doing that.
Yep, same. I would bother the shit
Definitely.
out of him. Well, I'm gonna do
My neighbors would love me.
if I stay the night at
No.
Knight's place. What I'll do is I'll just go sneeze and hopefully he says bless you back, or if we're in the same room cuddling, you know.
Well, luckily I in my own house, so I'm not in an apartment with anybody else around me.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
mean,
in an
sometimes I get
apartment with
loud and neighbors
anybody
can
else.
hear.
What? Because
Well,
you're
you know what I mean. It's not
getting
an
at it with the
apartment, it's a
porn, you
house.
know. Yeah, just starting whacking it
It's a
up.
small house, but it's a house, so it is
Mm.
what it is, you know.
Yeah, I
Hey,
don't know.
a
I've
house is a
been
house,
kind of
bro.
enjoying not living with a lot of people. I've done that once in my life, and after like leaving the family, and yeah, no, I'm not made for
Yeah,
roommates.
it always depends on who you live with too. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
but like you lose so much. Like it, there's such a nice thing about having your intimacy at any time of the day.
yeah,
Like
Your
yeah.
having a
intimacy,
roommate. Yeah,
being very nice about saying it that way.
intimacy.
It's a beautiful word.
Coitus,
No, that's
Coitus.
not what I meant.
sexual intercourse.
It's not what I meant. I mean, yeah, but it's not what I
With the
meant.
blinds open.
Oh
Oh my
yeah,
god.
just a window cracked a little so everybody even outside could hear.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
Oh
My
yeah.
apartment has these really big windows,
Oh
and
yeah.
there's like and like it's a basement, but the big windows makes it feel like it's not a basement, so it's really nice until you're working out in your living room,
And you hear everybody else's shit come
and
through your
and
apartment.
and no,
Sorry,
no.
go ahead.
Until you're working out.
Oh yeah, let me get the gluteus up. Flush.
You're working out in the living room, and like at one point you realize that one of your neighbors is just staring at you while you're squatting in front of your TV.
That's kind of weird.
Kind of weird. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
even if the windows are open, the neighbors shouldn't be like,
Well, it was not like,
Wow.
but like he was like letting his dog shit on the grass, and he was like, I guess staring at the apartment. But I felt like I was getting looked at quite a lot, and I was like,
you just caught him
damn.
letting his pet fucking take a poop on your property.
He had the plastic bag. They pick it up and they put it in the trash.
Oh, okay. All right.
They don't leave it there. I live in a really nice area. I have good neighbors,
That's good.
honestly.
That's good.
Hmm.
Now, for your 3D stuff, I know we
Yeah.
keep going in and out of this.
There's nothing
this
wrong
thing,
with a
but-
good tangent, you know.
Oh, I know. So I have no idea. Well, I
Yeah.
was gonna just ask. I totally forgot. I went blank. Mother.
Just get
Caleb,
used
you
to
have any
that.
other questions right now? What the
Yeah,
hell?
so
I wanted to
anyways.
ask something and I forgot. Sorry guys, I just woke up like I said earlier, so it's not yeah. Go ahead, Caleb.
Okay.
I'm just gonna turn this way and pretend I'm not here.
Well, anyway, Zarbie.
Yeah.
So, why don't you tell us how we all met? That's a good one that we could always like to hear. I mean, it's, it was through what?
I mean, we around the crisis of COVID, um, here in Quebec, we were not allowed to see anybody, to receive anybody in our houses that were not living with us. So I couldn't see any human being other than the guy that brings me food at my door, and he doesn't stay and talks with you. So
Was it cute?
I I don't know. There are different people every time.
Oh.
I don't know.
Wait, whoa.
That's a lot of selection.
Damn.
And yeah, I started playing Phasmophobia, and like I have an embarrassing amount of hour in it because I
Mhm.
was playing it all day, every day, all the time.
It is a fantastic game.
And yeah, that's how I met Knight at first.
Who was doing the same thing, by the way?
Yep.
All
Yeah,
day, every day, all night.
yeah, but he
Yeah.
was streaming it
I was
though,
gonna
so like
say he was also playing it a lot longer than us. I
oh
was gonna
yeah,
say
like
the man had so many points, it was ridiculous. Or not points, what
oh
is it?
yeah,
Money.
yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
I know because like I'd wake up in the morning, start working because I worked from home, pull up a stream and like listen to him stream as I'm working, and then at the end of the day of workday, which is 8 hours, he'd still be on and he'd be like, "Oh, Zarbie, are you up and on?" And then we'd play for the whole night until I went to sleep. And I think he was not even like gone from the game at that point. But yeah, he was playing it even more. And
I
yeah,
was more well groomed then,
you were
That's
well
okay.
and
groomed.
That was
yeah.
2 years ago, my dude.
Oh, that's true. I looked better, but
Still gorgeous.
yeah. So I would ask her to come on and play whenever she wanted to, and she just happened to do it every day.
Cute.
And
I smell a romance.
yeah, so I was just like, hey, why don't you come on Discord? And she did. And then you came on too, not too long after,
Yeah.
Caleb, because
Yeah,
we
we
were
found
all
Caleb the same way.
Yeah.
yeah. Caleb came on with another friend of ours. We won't say names, Becky. And
Ah, you're mistaken.
I'm
It's
glad she did though.
What?
Becky.
Becky's
Wap.
WAP. You
Yeah.
mean excuse me, Rebecca?
Yes.
Rebecca.
So
Ugh,
Rebecca.
so
that
she
freaked me
invited
out.
Caleb
Torture
over.
assistant.
Yeah. So she invited Caleb over and yeah, it's
We've
been a
been
wrap
friends ever since. Back in like what, almost a little over 2 years now.
We've been
Almost.
playing 4-player
Yeah.
co-op life ever since then. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Great friends. Great friends. What are some of the funny stories that you've had throughout the last 2 years with us? There's some really good ones
Kind
there.
of boring.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
we
I
do
could-
we do
I could
talk
definitely be
about Night Uniball a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. And yeah,
It's kind of he keeps
Yeah.
saying every single time it's kind of shaped like a gun.
it's One Nut Wonder.
Yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
my nickname.
Do you
Deadass.
the question is, do you have better running speed going like when they're
I would
with
assume so, just because
Assume.
honestly, like
you've never had the choice
Okay,
to run
hold
when you
on.
had two balls?
I was never really a runner. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
when I
really?
did run, I would, it didn't really hurt probably like, someone with two. So slapping
Who are
around, you
you-
know what I'm saying?
Who are you running from?
No,
The person that
say
took his nut.
school or anything like I don't know. School, even I don't run now.
Don't
run
take the
now.
nut, please.
But I was really good at throwing the frisbee. No idea
Ooh,
why.
dude, same.
don't
I was
know
really
if
good
they-
at throwing the frisbee too.
I don't know if it was the way the air kind of went through my legs and it was able to freely move, and I'm just able to go through the air like, you know what I'm saying? And it just everything flowed through.
It's just because you had the one nut and you weren't like weighted down by the second one.
Aerodynamics, yes.
Yep, straight down,
Physics.
thoroughly through.
Physics, my
Oh
friend.
yeah, physics, science, bitch.
But yeah, Zarbie usually gets bored of us pretty quickly.
Your mouse.
That's okay.
Get down.
Speaking of
Sorry.
Zarbie and her pets, that's Lumes. She's trying to eat the key. Oh my god, I can't speak.
She's eating Christmas.
She's eating Christmas. No.
Yeah, I was like, why is I could see the Christmas tree like jiggling in the back, and I'm like, what's happening? And I turn around, she's like fucking halfway through the tree, and she's like looking at me through it while she's chewing on little fucking pieces
Dang.
of tree.
I'd have to say what Christmas Story or not Christmas Story. What was it? Family Vacation or yeah, just Vacation with Chevy Chase. That happened to that cat too. Got shocked, burned up to crisp, and then thrown from the tree.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Oh, such a good one. Really good
I
one.
have no idea what you guys are talking about.
It's because it came out before you were born.
I mean, it was before both of us were born too, but still.
Oh, when was that?
It was like
Rude.
82, maybe 84 area.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
If not, you were at least a couple years old when it came out.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but he wasn't allowed to watch it because, Jehovah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been allowed to watch
He
it.
was a wee Bobby.
No. It's because my religion at the time, so.
Yeah, oh my
He was
god.
too busy knocking door to door in his diaper.
Oh my god, he was doing the what was that
The
song from
Rose
South Park?
I don't remember.
Hello, my name is Elder Price, and I have some words I need to say to you.
I have no idea.
They were making it's the Book of Mormon. That's what it was.
The Book of Mormon?
Yeah, that was written by the same people that came out with South Park. Funny, hilarious, and extravagantly good music on that too. It was so
Hell yeah.
religiousist or whatever the word is, but it was pretty hilarious.
Oh, man.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Knight, what is a fun one that since you weren't here last week, what is a fun one that you were fun story or anything like that you would like to tell besides the one nut story?
A fun story?
Yeah. Like something that you went through in a work site or whatever the hell you've gone through.
Work was never fun for me.
Well, I mean, hey.
I'm not a 3D artist like some here, okay?
I was gonna say I worked in retail for 10 years. Let me be real. It was all right. It had its moments.
I was out in the cold. I was
like
I
mean,
want to think about it anymore.
I mean, I was gonna say, let me tell you this. I have a story about a lady back when I was working in retail. I worked in a major retail company that's based in the U.S. Not gonna name names, but anyways, this person I was a manager, and this person called and made one of my team members cry for about 20-ish minutes before I got a hold of him. And this person said they got these coupons from the pharmacy inside that place that we have, and they only work on one at a time per transaction. And it's the first sentence right after it says $5 coupon off. And they didn't read it, of course. They got 4 of them because they would get a shot. Every time they would get a shot, they would get a coupon. And she had 3 kids and her. Anyways, so she goes and uses all of them on the same transaction, and it only took 1, obviously. And then she goes all the way home. She said, I live an hour and a half away. Like, just the same story that everybody tries to use.
It's just a sob story. Yeah.
I'm like, don't give me all this BS. Come on. I know what I'm going to tell you. And it's going to be these 2 numbers. You can call this one or this one. She's like, I don't want to hang up and talk to someone else. I need you to fix it. So but before I got to her, she talked for 20 minutes screaming at one of my team members. And I was like, what is it? What's going on? Give it to me. And then I put them over in a corner to kind of, get them self-collected. She comes onto the phone with me, and I was like, hey, can I help you with something? What's up? What's going on? And she goes and explains the story to me, and I was like, all right, that's, if you read the fine print, we can't do anything. You can probably call the pharmacy and ask them to see if they can get you a couple of more coupons because it didn't work the first time. And she goes, no. You have hands, or someone has hands can write me a check for $10 that was owed for paying for this stuff. And I was like, ma'am, I'm not going to give you that $10. I am not going to personally write a $10 check myself for you. We don't do that here. I need you to call these numbers and that's it. And she just kept trying to do it. And I said, nope, 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 nope. And just like,
The entitlement some
dude,
people
I
have
was
is
like,
just,
all right,
Oh
you
is
yeah.
call these two numbers.
ridiculous.
Don't. She started yelling at me. I was like, ma'am, I'm not going to talk to you if you're going to keep yelling at me. Kept yelling and I hung up. I was like, all right,
That's
I'm
it.
not
That's all
doing
you
it.
can do.
And then, but the funny thing is, for a year and a half of me working in that workplace, it went from being this sad story at first for that one team member, but then becoming a huge joke for the whole front end of that store. And we were like, well, you have hands, or someone you know has hands can go wipe off that counter, please. For the love of God. Come on. Ring this
I would
person
definitely
up.
play off
Like
that
it
for
was just,
sure.
it was for a year and a half, and we did not let up. It was at least like 20 different times. Each different team member would say that shit to me, and I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Now, did you get the brunt of it, of the jokes the whole time, just because you were the
No, no,
one on the
no,
phone?
no. I actually was the one of the ones that was making the joke the most.
Oh my
I
god!
was literally.
You have hands. Go clean the toilet before we leave.
You
tonight.
have hands, or someone you know has hands can clean the toilet. And then they would say, well, you have hands. I was like, no, I was born without hands. I lost them in Vietnam. I give up a different reason every single time. Like, it's like, I just cut them off last night. They were getting too heavy.
Which, by the way, support the troops.
Well, yep, exactly.
Support the troops, baby.
Isn't that weird that they don't do, they only do it once a year for a whole week. They'll do discounts for just Veterans Day. Just 1 week where we could always give them, like,
They
we should just,
do it
or at
the
least
whole
like
time.
tax free for any time they go to buy something. At,
Yeah,
at
why
least
not?
that. Why not? That mean
The
they're not going
government
to
could
lose
do
them.
that for them.
Yeah,
Such an American thing.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Yeah, I mean it technically is,
Yeah.
but still.
I mean, it should happen wherever it can help out the people that volunteer and go. You
Yeah.
know, it's just how it is.
I don't know.
They put their life on the line. They're out there. They're away from family, and yeah, I mean that's the least that any country can do for their
family.
for their for their soldiers and stuff. So
And don't you shake your head on us. Come on.
family.
That is our thing. Family.
family.
It's funny because you guys can't see it, but Lumos is literally just sitting in the hallway. And you just see her head in the corner of my camera, but the frame is hiding it. And I just keep looking at her, and I'm like, she's mad judging me right now.
Mad judging. Damn.
All right, Zarbie, what is the hardest thing that you ever had to work on? You don't have to say specifically. Well,
Let's say this. Okay, if you want to make that question a little easier to answer, it doesn't necessarily have to be at work. It could be hardest thing
Right.
you ever had to learn in life.
yeah, there you go. Learn as far as like the 3D work that you've been doing or anything like that. What do you dislike the most about it?
Hmm. I don't know. I'm just so good at everything.
Wow,
Except
she has
for
proof.
lighting.
No,
I was
no,
gonna say,
exactly. That's
she's
what I was
proof.
gonna say. Lighting. I just can't get it right. And I've read like I feel like I'm a really like book. What's the word for that? Sorry. Pardon my French. I can't fucking remember the word for that in English. Give me a second. I feel like I'm really book smart in the sense of like I'll read something, like I'll read like documentation and be like, "Oh yeah, simple. I get it. That's how you do this. That's how you do that." And then I try to do it and it looks like shit and I'm like, "I don't understand."
Yeah, and that's the
And like,
thing. I mean,
and yeah,
it
go for
it
it. Sorry.
depends on the program. Like, you could be reading the book and it tells you how to do certain things, but is that book made for that certain program? And if it's not, and you try to do it in that program could interpret whatever you're trying to do from the book differently
Yeah.
or work in a different way differently. So that's probably what happened where, yeah, if I remove this mask, it'll allow me to do this or whatever. And then you go do it in the program and it doesn't do what you thought it would do.
Yeah.
But
Like
Yeah.
like just even like not even to make big scenes, just to like light an object before you do a render. Like everybody's gonna tell you need to do a 3-point light, so you have like the light that light up your whole scene. You have a backlight so the shadows are not hard, like all that bullshit. And I set it up
Yeah.
like it's said to be set up, and then people are like, "Oh no, you did it wrong," and I'm like, "What did I do wrong?" They're like, "Have you read about the 3 point lights?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did. That's what I did. There's three fucking lights. They're placed in a fucking triangle. Tabarnak, the codis.
I
Why
would
is
just put
this
it
not
like on top
working?"
just for the hell of it. I'm
I
like, all
was
right, you
hoping she
got
would
Yeah.
three
curse on
lights. I'm
stream.
done.
I was hoping she would start getting upset and cursing.
She's already upset. You could tell.
Oh yeah, starts burning
Comes
her
back to a
inside.
What?
project that's haunting her right now.
I hate lighting. I hate it.
Tabak
You know,
knack.
and there's things like that I hate in the video games that shitty world, but I don't touch them like animating. I'm not an animator. That's not my problem. Animators, you guys are fucking crazy.
That's not my
I don't
department.
know. I don't know what's up with your minds. How you can think of how you break someone's walk cycle. I don't get it.
Oh, you mean break down the walk cycle?
Oh, it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, because
animators
they got to like sit
are
there and move each bone, right? Like
basically, yeah. And you have to have to
And
take like,
that's
and
is that
you know
usually
what?
just
this is my 3D body right here.
I was gonna say, is
Yeah.
that usually just in the cutscenes that they're moving, and then you kind of give it the render in real time when you're playing the video game, or if it's a video game in general, at least?
It depends what you're doing. I mean, like if you're working triple A and you're doing a game like what's the fucking name? Like Assassin's Creed. Like the guy you're playing has a walk cycle. The walk cycle has been animated, but like when you're not moving, you're not moving. So like it's programmed into it. Thank you, Lumos. And
Featuring
when you're
Lumos.
moving, when you're moving, the, the animation plays.
I mean,
Uh,
even then, even when you're standing still, they have an animation state for that too, right?
yeah,
Because
most of the time they have an
they
idle
have to.
animation.
Otherwise, you're gonna be like a T pose. You can't see me, but T pose,
But
just
yeah.
like her.
Yeah.
But
It
yeah, but like then if you're doing like movies like like everything is baked, so the person does the animation once and doesn't have to like think about like, okay, what if that person goes up some stairs?
Yep.
Like if that person goes up some stairs, he does the animation for that, and that's it, you know
And
um
now I know you said you're an environment artist.
mhm.
Let's say if you were working on a movie scene or a game scene or something. Obviously, you're gonna be doing stuff in the environment. Um,
Mhm.
do you do anything specific though in the environment that they have you work on most of the time? Like, do you work on the whole environment, or do you just make specific things for the environment?
Well, Zarbie got Harry.
Yeah, it really depends. I'm sorry, even if I kick her out, she's gonna jump back, so I just act like she doesn't exist. Um, yeah, it really depends. Like, if I'm put on a scene and there's no one to support on the project or the scene in particular, I'll do everything. Like, I'll do the ground, I'll do the object, I'll place the rocks, I'll place the fucking grass.
That's
I'll
very
do
time
everything.
consuming. How so let's give
Yes.
an example square footage wise, let's say um a house. How long would it take like a 3 bedroom, two and a half bath house or something like that, give an example. How long
Uh,
would that take to kind of render if you wanted to put fully furnished everything in there?
well, rendering is different. Rendering is like making the image.
Oh, okay.
But like that, making a whole house would take multiple weeks.
And that's just for one person, or is that like if you had a team with you doing it?
That's like just if I'm by myself. Like I've had to do it once where I made a house and then like I furnished it. So I made table,
Hmm.
chairs, sofa, fireplace, like lights.
Yeah, you had to
Uh,
make everything from scratch, right?
yeah, everything from scratch.
It's not like you're sitting there using assets that you got from the
No.
store. You
Yeah.
literally have to make everything from scratch, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's
What
why it takes so
sometimes
long.
sometimes you'll
Man.
use object from like a store. You'll buy like assets to save times. And obviously it will save time. sometime, because most of the time they don't show you the actual topology of the object, and then you put it in your scene and you're like, oh, it has like 100,000 polygons. I could probably just have done that for, like a tenth of that, not even.
Hmm.
Right,
And
right.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's not an issue if like that object is there once, but if like that object is there multiple time, Unreal has to be like, oh well, 100,000 once, 100,000 two, it has to load it in every time, and like then the frames drop, and then like the fire starts, and then everybody's like, oh my god, Zarbie, there's no frames, what happened? And I'm like,
But isn't that what, like, I don't know, forgive me if I'm wrong, isn't that why there's like LOD settings? So you have your level of detail settings and all that, where if you can set it to where, let's say, maybe, the rooms are separated, obviously. And let's say that 100,000 polygon is in one room and then you have 100,000 in another room. Can't you have the LOD settings set to where it doesn't just render the other room? So it's only rendering that one room closest to you, all the time?
LODs, which stands for level details, are based on distance from the camera.
Yep.
So, and like if I'm choosing, like, like I have, I don't know, a table, okay, and that table is used multiple time, and let's say in the room I'm at, the table is gonna be like full quality, and then like
Mm-hmm.
three rooms at farther, it's gonna be like three times less quality. The thing is, um in the rooms you're at, she's still gonna be like super heavy. So if it's too heavy and not optimized, it's what it is. It's not optimized. Like
Because in
sometimes,
some respect, it's still got to stay loaded into memory for
Yeah.
the most part. So
yes,
by the time it does get there, it's able to load in
yeah,
quicker
exactly.
instead of, because you don't want it popping in.
Exactly. Like that's an issue, especially with foliage, like trees. We've had that issue in the past where, like, you get trees from Megascan because they're free and they look pretty and they look realistic. They're heavy because they're really realistic, and they're most of the time scanned trees.
They're heavy in
Mm-hmm.
real life too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's hot.
and like to save space, because we're in the air, let's say, and we're looking at the trees in the far, like
In the
far,
distance, yeah. In the forest,
exactly.
yeah.
Um, the LODs, you're gonna put them low, but if they're too low, you're gonna see them pop in, because at the highest LOD, which is the one where there's less quality, like the tree, maybe Unreal has decided that the tree to save like polygons is just a trunk.
Just looks like a stick. Yeah.
So you just have
Yeah.
like a forest of toothpicks popping in as you're getting close, and then poof, the fucking leaf fucking pop in,
It's spring.
and it looks kind
Woo!
of crazy. And then you're like, well, okay, and you have to like figure out like where's the sweet spot, because you don't want them completely loaded at all, because that's not good either. So sometimes it's like, oh, when do I hide it? And sometimes you even have to go as far as, okay, well, when the camera doesn't look that way, we delete these objects. And then that's something you have to do object by object. Like usually it's done mostly with characters.
Right.
I've had to do that in the past where, like once we pass a character, because like obviously that's different when you're doing like a triple A game where people can explore whenever, or
Okay.
something more like what I'm working where it's script, because like it just goes through by itself and you have no control over like what happens other than like you're shooting.
Yeah, when you're
So
scripting something, it literally when it runs through, you can choose what it sees, so it's a lot
yeah,
better in that respect.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
As
yeah.
like
far as
and
like trying to run around in an open
exactly.
world and spinning your
Yeah.
camera around like a madman or a
Yep.
woman, and everything's just
Be
popping up.
specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, obviously, and that's another reason why a lot of the time when you're having like big maps, you'll see quality being a little low sometimes, but it's because the game has to load a lot of thing, and then like it really depends on your machine running it to see if you can load as much. Because like a big map, like for instance, we've been playing Modern Warfare quite a lot.
Mhm.
And like there's big like empty area. You don't want to see toothpick forests out there.
Yeah,
No.
But
not at all.
full trees might be hard to run on the 1070. So you're gonna end up having like little toothpicks with blobs of green on top.
Yep, that's
But that's normal because that's how you can
Be
run
like
the
wearing
game.
Candyland. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was really ugly.
Or Wreck-It Ralph.
My poor heart was hurting when I was seeing it, but it's not their fault. That's what they have to do
I mean,
because
yeah, it is what it
otherwise,
is. Yeah.
Because I
yeah.
feel like they are doing pretty good. They're not too bad with some of the scenery there, but I
Mhm.
say, the actual like movements of the characters is not too bad. Like I think that's what they've
I
been
think
working on the
they're
most.
for modern. Well, we're talking about Modern Warfare, right? So I think the
Yeah,
animations look fucking pretty bomb
Yeah.
ass. Like they
yeah,
look good.
yeah.
Like
When
if
they're
you ever
fully working
played,
correctly, yes.
if you ever played a third person, because they have like third person trios and all that, whatever. If you ever played that and actually look at how the guy moves, it's fucking fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh yeah.
They did a
And
nice
even
job
like
on
the
it.
reload for the guns, like
Yeah.
even one gun when he reloads, I think has a couple animations. Sometimes like if you really pay attention, he like misses up like putting the clip in it. I think it's like such a nice detail of it, and
I
that brings
I
me
mess
back
up too
to
sometimes putting stuff
Yep.
in as well. Yeah,
that
Oh
brings me
yeah.
I can
back
feel that
to
guy's pain.
Yeah.
how
Especially if it's
animator
that
are
small.
like crazy.
But no, dude, I think the only thing I wish they could work on just a little bit more in the future updates would probably be the like the sound quality. Sometimes
Yeah.
like when you're in the plane on just Warzone itself, it's so loud you can't hear anything except for the sound of that, which I sometimes understand because
I don't
yeah,
think there is a sound option to turn that part of it like
yeah,
down somehow.
No, it's like
no,
I think it's like on the FX, but if you lower the FX, then you don't hear like people run up
yep.
to you.
Yeah, like you have to like
But
lower it before it happens and then turn it back up
yeah,
as you're playing the game.
yeah, if you want to in a perfect audience. But no, I was gonna say it's mainly in when you're actually playing the game with other team members, that are randoms in there. You try to hear them. Sometimes you can hear them upstairs, no problem,
Hmm.
or you can hear them like nearby you. But when they get right up like within feet of you, you can't hear them at all.
No,
And
and it's
that's
crazy to me because I read articles that it has like the best audio and for this year, like as far
yeah,
as the game best. And honestly, they have a lot of shit to work on.
yeah.
It is complete crap. Most of the stuff that they have going. The game itself is fun, I think.
Yeah, it's a really
Um,
fun game. I just wish people would work a little bit like
the
cleaner with everybody.
the audio literally, like, let's say someone came up the zip line right next to me. This happened to me the other day. I had no idea. Didn't even hear
Yep.
him. And my fucking shit is at 100%. Trust me. And
Speaking of which, didn't you just get a win earlier today?
I did.
That's awesome. And he recorded it. You know what? You can find it on his Twitch, which we have posted
Nope,
in.
not on that one. It
Oh,
was
yeah, you're
remember
right.
I was doing a test.
You
I
can
was
do
doing
it.
a
You can
test,
still put clips in.
and even though I wasn't trying at all because I was looking at another screen, I still won. You know what I'm
But
saying?
anyways,
So no, I'm just
speaking
kidding.
of, we're gonna post
I did win though.
Zarbie's Twitch on for this week's. But we all three have Twitches. We got Nightcrawler at Twitch, and then we got Caleb the King 28 because I'm the king.
And
Anyways,
mine is just my name underneath that you see here,
yeah,
Nightcrawler. It's so simple.
exactly. But anyways,
And
we're gonna
Zarbie
have it
Star, just
posted.
same thing too.
Exactly. We'll have it posted, ready to go for that. Leave a, like, comment, and subscribe on a lot of that stuff as well. We love to chat and see all you guys there. We also love to see any comments when you post on here as well. We would love for to answer some questions maybe on the next couple of videos. We'll see what we can do. You can also give us criticism in a way of like, maybe show us some things like sceneries that we could add in, or do you want us to talk about this, talk about that? Give us options. We love to hear about that. We have almost not every single week will we have a new guest on. It'll just be me and Knight. But that's okay. Or it could be just me, or it might be me
It
and a
might be a
guest.
whole group of people at some
Yeah.
point. Who knows?
Sometimes we might bring in a whole, like, you know.
Our conversations get
I'm thinking.
crazy.
I'm gonna say. Let me tell you this. I'm thinking. I've been having a lot of stuff about this. I'm thinking of in a future, like probably the end of the season of these. This first season of these, which could be a couple hundred. Who knows? We might bring in special guests, as in more than just 3. We might bring in some guests from the past episodes, bring in some guests from, that we've met on randomly sometimes. Who knows? We'll see. We're up for options. We're up for anything. So just, comment, like
We're
us,
up for
subscribe,
anything.
But anyways, back to it. So let's. Oh, and that's actually a good question since we're talking about video games. What was since Zarbie's already told us her video game that kind of brought her into the video game world. What was the video game that you brought in? Was it a handheld, or was it like something on PC, game system? What's
Me?
up? Yeah, you.
I played for the PC.
So that was your first technical like thing that you played video games on. Was a PC.
Isn't it like Gran Turismo?
We get it that you're old
so
and you probably played.
ago.
I was gonna say you played Pong.
So, no, I played PlayStation first.
Yeah, some good stuff.
Now, believe me, I'm a lot older than that. I could have gotten Nintendo and shit, when I was.
So
younger,
wait, so it was the first PlayStation or the second one?
It was PlayStation 1.
All right. PS1. Was it the small or the big one, like the mini, or the PS1 or the PlayStation?
No, it's the one that's the regular size.
Okay,
at
PlayStation.
that time there was none of the slim shit or whatever. It was just that.
It's average.
The average size, yes.
Average size.
Yeah, it was the normal one, yeah, and because at that time, like I said, it's literally just that. I mean, you had the PlayStation 1 and you had Super Nintendo, whatever. There was no extra like, here, get the slim version. None.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, what was the first game? Like, what was that game that you always loved? Gran Turismo, bro.
Because every day I would come home from school.
Yeah.
Before I had it.
Yeah.
I would come home from school, or I would be walking home and go to my friend's house, and he had a PlayStation. I didn't.
Yeah.
And I was able to play Gran Turismo on there, and I literally played the crap out of that game at his house. Yeah. I even think I beat his game. And
oh yeah.
What do you call it? Which he didn't care because he wanted all the cars and stuff and all that. So
well, you won him some of that stuff.
Yeah, and then I kept asking my parents for it, and the reason why we didn't get anything like that for the longest time was I was Jehovah's Witness back then, so we weren't able to do like a lot of stuff, and gaming wasn't part of it, and at least in my family. But my dad finally broke down and came home one day with the PlayStation and Gran Turismo, even though I beat it already at someone else's house.
Yeah, but hey, you probably played years of fun on that game.
Absolutely, but that was my first game. It was Gran Turismo for sure. And actually, I've always bought a PlayStation. I don't play console at all anymore. I've been PC. Not too long after that, I started playing on the computer. But
I gotcha.
The consoles, I would buy PlayStations, except for the PS5. I didn't buy one yet. But I would buy every PlayStation just to get Gran Turismo. That's the only reason I would get the PlayStation. I would not buy any other games on it at all.
What was the last Gran Turismo you played? I mean, that you were able to play before you stopped buying the consoles?
The last one was, I think it was 6 on PS4.
Okay.
So that was it. That's the last one I played. Gran Turismo 6.
Well, let's see.
I didn't beat it yet, though.
How dare you?
That's because someone took my PS4. My nephew.
That's okay. We can always come back. We can get another one, But anyways, I would say
PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a PlayStation 5.
Don't tempt him with a good time. You'll never see him again.
I had Xbox and all that too. I just sold that one not too long ago. But
anyways,
I like both. I like both. Honestly,
I liked both. Yeah, they're both pretty good.
Okay, you buy consoles through all. Okay.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't
I
really
mean,
play consoles though. Like I said, I play mostly PC. But
my consoles I usually play with a couple of buddies. Like I'll play anybody that lives with me, or a couple friends will come over every once in a while. We'll play my PlayStation or Xbox or something. But I tell you, my first game, it was a handheld game from the original Game Boy. It was I forget the full name of it, but it was a Mickey Mouse game where you run side to side and try to hop away from the different characters that Mickey Mouse had trouble with. But what was the big burly one?
I forget what the name of that game was. I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Well, come to think of it, I did play handhelds like Game Boy before the PlayStation, but I can't remember that game that you're talking about.
hang on. I'm about to look it up right now. Let's see here.
Oh my god.
Let's see.
He's all close to the camera, everybody. Look at him. He's getting serious right now. It's like, what game did I play? What is it?
Original game.
Fucking 1 in the
Boy.
morning, peeps. The fuck? I was like, why am I so
Merry
tired?
Christmas.
Man, bro, we said that at the
We
beginning of the.
started with
Come
that.
No, but like, still.
God.
I'm not used to it, okay? I was sheltered.
I
Oh.
was sheltered.
I was
Oh my
sheltered.
God.
I was sheltered, and I say it all the time now, like it's a hello. Merry Christmas.
There's a whole bunch of different ones, but this one was. Come on, where is it? Mickey Mouse. I guess it was just strictly Mickey Mouse. I don't know. Game Boy for Mickey Mouse. But anyways, you got like Pluto was in there. I think you could play as him for one or two of the rounds, and you could all do all this fun stuff. It was my first thing, and then guess what? That Game Boy and the game got stolen from another child. So I used to my grandpa had a little convenience store back in the day when I was growing up. And I would go hang out with him for a little bit while mom was, working or whatever, and just play my Game Boy. And I actually had to get up, go to the bathroom, and I set my Game Boy down instead of, because it was number 2. I could have just taken the Game Boy with me, but I didn't. And I left it on the counter, and my grandpa was looking away while I was also indisposed at the moment. I couldn't have been more than like 5-6 years old at this time. And some kid came in and found the Game Boy and took it with him.
Perfect
Nice.
timing.
And of course it's the
Survival
90s.
of the fittest,
So
my friend.
of course it was the
Survival of the
90s.
fittest.
So I couldn't actually see who took it or figure out what happened and
And
found
that's the
like
worst part.
report
Getting
or
another
anything.
one of those was expensive as hell.
Exactly. Mom said, nope, you're not getting another one. And I had to wait another like year and a half. And then I got a DS. No, I actually did get a Game Boy, a red one. My mom felt so bad. I forgot about that. My mom bought me the Game Boy Pocket in red. Oh, fucking amazing. And then I played a shit ton of Pokemon. That was fun. I played the
Oh my
original
God.
colors, man. Original colors. Red, yellow, and blue. And then
Now,
I think there was gold as well.
going back to the kid that took it,
Yeah.
you think it was like a younger kid?
It was about
Or
around
something
my.
younger?
He was around my age, is what I was told.
And the sad part is like it's not even like it's not sad, but like the good thing is I'm sure that kid didn't mean to do it intentionally. He
Well, who
just
knows?
saw it.
Yeah, he just saw
You
it.
know what I mean? And,
I have
and
no
grabbed it.
idea.
It's just a kid, It's like, oh, this is awesome. I want to play this, and just took it with him. And maybe the parents didn't notice right away or whatever. I mean, they could have still brought it back.
They could have, and they
But-
didn't.
At that point, that's still on the parents. The kid,
Yep.
I'm sure, didn't have like any ill intention, to be honest with you. But yeah, it still sucks either way for you as a kid.
I know. I was so upset. It was so great because I had the original Game Boy and everything, and I can't even say that I have that now. I still have my Game Boy Color. I think I still have my red one somewhere. I don't know. I have a Game Boy. Like I have most of the consoles, handheld consoles, up until for Nintendo. Like I have my. Excuse me for knocking shit over. But I have my 3DS right here.
Ooh.
Smash Bros. What's funny
That's
is I
hot.
have
What
this
about
is the only
Switch?
cool.
You got Switch?
It's not on me, but yeah, I do own the Switch. I have day one Switch. That thing is a piece of garbage when it comes to the battery because of the battery life
That's
alone.
why you never buy First-hand products when they first come out.
Dude,
You
let
gotta
me tell
wait a
you
little
this
bit.
though.
In
I
the
got it.
dock, it's fine though.
Yeah, I leave it on the dock, and it's the one that we use for like family gatherings and stuff now.
Exactly.
And
That's why I
then
use my Switch too.
I
You
use
buy
my
a handheld Switch to put it on the dock.
yeah. No, it's not a handheld
No.
Switch. No, I have the regular Switch day one, and then I have the handheld Switch one, which is I think it's the Switch Lite or whatever. That one I have for my own personal use.
Yeah.
That has all my personal games and stuff like that on, which I need to pick up again because I haven't played that thing in fucking 6-8 months. Remember, I was telling you I
yeah.
have some really cool stuff that I build in Minecraft on there, and I still can't get it to transfer over. Upsets me.
We'll have to figure it out one day for sure.
Yeah, man. But
For
that's okay.
sure.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions for Zarbie besides me talking about all my video games and stuff?
Zarbie, do you love the man of your life?
Yes.
The man of her life is Rod Stewart. I don't know. That was the first
He is a
celebrity
pretty
that came.
sexy dude. He is a pretty sexy
Who's
dude.
that?
For
Man.
I
sure.
don't even know who that
Come
is.
on, he's a singer. Have I told you lately that I love you? Was that him? I think that was him.
She's looking it up right now. Oh yeah, I know who that guy is.
Ew.
What do you mean now?
Wait, is he the one that had
so
the?
Sexy
ugly.
beast in his own
I'm pretty
right.
sure he's the one that had this. I don't know. Okay, let's. All right, excuse me. I'll go generic. Brad Pitt.
Not even, man. Go for something like I don't know. Like,
Oh, okay. Oh wait. Okay, yeah,
like
you're right. Even
Eddie
more
Redmayne.
simple. No. We'll go generic video gamist. Markiplier. There it is.
Okay, yeah, you get
There it
there.
is. I was gonna
Did you
say.
see
No,
the
and
sadness come on my
and
face
he-
right there?
And he's part Asian too, you know. Like he got
Oh, there it is. Come on. Hey. Look
I
who
will
decided
never
to
be
show up.
Asian.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I can't be. I'm Portuguese. I'm sorry.
oh,
Portuguese, huh?
Mr. Eyelashes.
Pork chop.
Mr. Eyelashes.
Mister
There he is.
One eyelash.
Oh my
Come
God.
on, bro. Show your face.
He doesn't want to. He's missing an eye.
That's okay. He's adorable
He's
with
looking for it.
So am I.
it. You're
What?
missing a spherical object, yes. But yeah, no, that's cool. So, how long have you been a 3D artist? Probably what, 4 years?
Yeah, it's been almost 4 years. I finished university, and the university program was 2 years.
Wow.
So, like, I've officially been doing
Oh, let me get in
3D
camera.
for 6. Kind of.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you actually found something that you kind of enjoy.
Yeah.
I wish you could tell some of the stories that, but they involve, the actual video game or whatever
Yeah,
you're
I can't.
deciding to make at that time.
Which
Wait, can you
can't
say
talk
anything?
about.
Can you say anything about the ones that have been released or no?
I mean, kinda.
Like that one? I'm not gonna say anything about it unless you say it. But the one that was in a park.
In a park. If you're talking about Knott's Berry Tale, yeah, I can talk about it. I mean, that was
Ooh. Well, you don't have to say
an
anything. Well,
amazing.
yeah,
What?
but look, that game is in a theme park. You know,
it is.
isn't that alone is amazing that you were able to
Yeah.
design something that's for one of the biggest theme parks in the area, in
Oh,
that
yeah, no,
area.
it was crazy. And
Oh,
another thing that was really amazing about that project is it was like a because the ride we did in
yeah,
3D
yeah,
with our tools was based on a ride that was done in the 70s, I think.
yeah. It was a.
Created by one of the dude that used to work for Disney.
Oh yeah.
So that was crazy.
I
To
think it's
just
called
think about that.
A Knott's Berry's Tale. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's something like that.
You remastered it, which was
Yeah,
really
basically.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we were really working hard on trying to keep the feel of like it being anime because back then, like they had like all these signs like around the ride,
Mm-hmm.
that had been hand painted.
Dang.
And it was really important for us to have kind of the same feel. So I had to hand paint textures and typo on all of these signs on Substance Painter.
Oh.
I had cramps in my hands
Well, I mean, hey,
because I
the
was
hard work was there, man.
painstakingly like painting the letters because like
But
at
I'm sure
first
it came out great.
Oh
it
yeah,
looked amazing.
it was gorgeous.
It looked really pretty. The
You
thing is,
guys.
like, I tried cutting corners and putting like just like a typo on there. But they were like, no, 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 no. Look, it has to look like the sign. So like, I literally had to like paint over and like be like, okay, well, that F has to look like this. And then I'm like, it's supposed to swirl, but the swirl's not good. And then it's like a consistent like Control Z. Try to do the curve. It's not looking good. Control Z. Try to do the curve, and then you lose your mind because the curve is never right enough.
Oh, yeah.
She's losing her mind right now.
Losing her curve.
Oh.
But
She's losing her
anyways.
curve.
Yeah, I had bows back then, and then like the curve just
She straightened out into a square. Kind
Oh,
of
nothing but right angles. Fuck the curve.
but anyways, yeah, you guys got to go check that out. She worked on a ride with Knott's Berry's farm. Definitely go check that out. It's Knott's Berry's Tale is a really good one.
Yep, it's amazing.
But yes, well, if you don't have anything else, do you want to say anything else for us?
Merry Christmas, and yeah, come say hi on my stream. I guess I stream, really sporadically, but I'm the best female COD player, obviously, and
Better than I am. Oh, I just play to play. I'm just standing there in the corner waiting for everybody else to die, and then I eventually go in.
That's what I did today, and I won. So that's what it
It
is.
works. It works.
yeah, it does.
But yeah, it was great to have you guys. Excuse me. It was great to have you on, Zarbie. I can't wait to have you on a future podcast, of course. Knight, welcome to our first podcast together. Isn't that right? All right, Toothless Chaps,
know
bro. But anyways, yeah, all three of us play on Twitch. Definitely check us out. We'll have the links in the comments / bio for this video alone.
Description. Yeah.
Description. Yeah, there you go. He comes in and corrects me. He's the specialist for a lot of the stuff that I do.
I am the specialist complainer.
That's okay.
Oh my
Makes everything look good. I appreciate you guys coming in. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything that y'all want to say, just come in and say hi to us on our podcast. Just comment on anything. Say anything you want to say. Just be a little less negative than most comments. You know what I mean? But if y'all
Want me negative? Go ahead. I like to read them.
yeah, hey, if you have any negative comments,
It's great toilet material.
yeah, exactly.
I love it.
I love
I
it too.
love
There you go. That makes sense. There you go.
You
All right,
know,
well-
when he didn't get his snap, he's gonna go see these bad comments and answer to them.
Yeah, with 3 in the
I
morning.
probably will.
Oh yeah. Don't worry.
Probably
Worry.
will.
But anyways, yeah, this is coming
Everybody's
out.
entitled though to their own opinion. That's a
Yeah,
great thing.
obviously.
Good
I'm
feedback
kidding.
though. Yeah.
Anyways, that was a fun podcast. I'm glad to have you on, Zarbie. Knight. You have anything to say before we get off?
One Nut Wonder Club, baby. Any gentleman out there that watches only has one nut, welcome to the club.
Come on, comment. He wants to hear. He wants to have a
I know
club
it's
started with it.
I know that's a weird thing to say, but you know.
It's gonna
Mhm.
become a shirt.
Just
You gotta
remember,
embrace it at some
oh yeah,
point.
so it's just gonna have him and just the one nut that he's holding in his hand, and a microphone in the other.
I'm not gonna go that far right now, but you know,
That's okay. We'll blur out the penis. All right. Well,
not
It's
much
great.
to blur out then. Right?
all right. Half a centimeter. Well, glad to have you on, Zarbie. Can't wait to have you on again. You guys are wonderful. Everybody, please like, comment, subscribe. I said it 1,000 times, but it does help us, get through a lot of stuff. I appreciate all of you guys. I love all the fans. We've even just having the one video on so far, we have seen so many supports through all of this. So I appreciate all of you. You guys have a wonderful time.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Whoa!